Hey everyone, MegaMouth Bowfishing here, and in today's video we're going to show you how to install a replacement line spool into your MegaMouth Bowfishing Reel. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is loosen this thumb screw down here that holds that hex set torque rod in place. Slide him out of there, set him aside. Then you're going to take that cone, twist it counterclockwise till it ticks. Slide him off of there. Now you're going to take off this front cap right here. I like to use an adjustable wrench just to make it a little bit easier to get that loose. Thread him off of there. Set him aside. Now you're going to take off this front line deflector. Now this deflector has 3 springs that are kind of jumpy. They're going to want to come off of their pins, so take that off carefully. You can see that all those springs and those pins are still there. Set him aside, face him up so that those springs don't roll anywhere. Now you're going to have to take off this E-clip on the transmission. I like to use a flathead screwdriver, or you can use a pliers to get that off of there. Pop him off of there. Then you can take off your rear line deflector, set him aside, and now you're down to your base line spool that you got when you bought the reel. So you can pop that line spool and bearing right off of there. Take that bearing out, you're going to reuse that. Set that old line spool aside. Then you can take your new line spool out of the box. Set that bearing right back in where it was in the old spool. Okay, now you're going to set the spool right back into the reel with that bearing facing out, and then you can begin to reassemble. So take that rear line deflector with this metal cap facing down. Now that is keyed, so it's only going to fit on there a specific way. You can see that there. Now you're going to put that E-clip back on that transmission. Now this E-clip has little wings on it. You can see that. And you can also see that this transmission has a vertical stance. There's flats on either side right here. So that E-clip has to go on like this. Slide it right down into the slot on the transmission. I like to hold that with my finger. Take a flathead screwdriver. Press him on there. Good to go. Now you're going to take that front line deflector with those springs. Put him on there. Now this is also keyed, so there's only one way that it's going to fit on there. Put him on there. Then you're going to take that little front cap right here. Thread him back on. Alright. And you can take your cone, feed your line through your cone. Snap that cone back in place. Take your hex rod. Slide him in there. Feed your line through it. And you tighten that thumb screw. We always like to make sure that that's not going to come loose on you, so we tighten that up with an Allen key. And there you go. That is how you replace and install a line spool and a MegaMouth Bowfishing Reel.